There seems to be a whole raft of bird games coming out recently and upcoming, such as Falconeer, Wingspan, Skatebird, and more. But I have been playing most recently on the Switch Falcon Age, which is a first person single player adventure game where you must work together with your falcon, raise it from birth into adulthood, and complete an adventure. It's an interesting story, I suppose. It doesn't break any ground. You've got to do things, save the day, help everyone, discover a lost civilization. Not a lost civilization, but it's almost post-apocalyptic in a way. But you must work together with your bird. You get to name it, and then you send it off to do tasks, help you in battle, those kinds of things. It's an interesting mechanic, and it works overall. The game gives you two options. I'm going about the place up here, but the game gives you two options. You can either play it with combat or completely story-based without combat, which is a bit of a problem because the story for me wasn't compelling enough in the long run to not need the combat. The combat felt integral to the game, which is a shame because the actual act of working with your bird, interacting with the bird, getting it to do tasks was fun for a while, and I felt maybe rather than becoming an adventure game that had a deep story that required, problem solving and combat and things like that, I would have rather have seen it more as a look into the relationship between a person and their bird. A great way of looking at relationships at a core level. How does the bird react to you with certain tasks or hunting and things like that? I felt that would have been better. But that's not to say I am dumping on the game, because it's a fun game while it lasts. Good. I think I got a good 6 hours into it before I started feeling too burned out by it or too repetitive. And a lot of that comes from certain issues. The controls on the Switch, at least, feel very wooden. I first played it with the Joy-Con and I was trying to move it around, and the movements were very deliberate. Almost like they was in set degree angles when in terms of movement. So I tried it with a Pro controller and it was the same, and I really had to fiddle with the sensitivity settings to get something that felt reasonably decent. Now, I don't know if that's any different on the PC. It could well be, but to me it didn't quite work as I would have wanted it to. And for a little bit early on, it distracted from the relationship between me and my bird. Which, honestly, I can't get this across enough. It's joyous. You actually form a relationship. I liken it, I suppose, to the relationship you have with BT in Titanfall 2. And you do form that attachment with a character. And in this case, the character is a bird, and it doesn't speak, so it doesn't have that interaction. But it does seem fairly intelligent. So you can send it in an average direction, and it'll go and do what it needs to do. Or you can set it to specifically do things. And in the combat modes, you basically do need to work together. So you might set the bird to distract while you attack, or you might need to do an attack first of a certain type, allow your bird then to swoop in and help before you finish the job. And it's explored really well, but the fact that you can play it without this suggests that it wasn't overly integral to how the game is meant to work. As I said, I feel bad that I'm dumping on it a bit, because it is an enjoyable time, and for about the 15 quid you can get it for, there's a great game there. It's a really good game. Not one of those that's going to be mentioned in years to come or at the end of the year, but a good time waster if you're looking for something to play. I think for me, there was about maybe 12 hours worth of content, if that matters to you. And it didn't outstay its welcome too much. Graphically really good, really enjoy, the look of it. There's something very ancient about it, I suppose. It's almost like you like capture like wood carvings, but come to life, but not quite. It's weird, but yeah, really nice visual style, and it sticks to it well, which is good. But yeah, give it a go if you're looking for something to play. I say not an absolute standout title, but one that is worth your attention if you can get it, and you like birds, I suppose. Yeah. Not too bad. If you like the videos, please do a like and subscribe. If you've played Falcon Age, let us know in the comments what you think, or what's your favourite bird game. But yeah, until then, goodbye.